Hey, Canucks Nation, Brandon Alston here, play-by-play for the Edmonton Canucks. You've got it locked on the line here, Vancouver Canucks podcast.
What's up, Canuck Nation? Welcome to the post-game show. Final score for this game, Carolina defeats the Canucks 6-4. But man, what a game, especially the last 40 minutes of this game. The Canucks were buzzing, something we haven't actually seen in a very long time. Absolutely love the effort in the final 40 minutes of this game. And we're going to get into it. Gerald will be joining me shortly, but let's just go ahead and dive into the goals right off the bat. Starting with right here, of course, first goal of the game goes to Andrei Svechnikov and the Carolina Hurricanes, who scored his 22nd of the season on the power play to make it 1-0, a minute 17 into the game, assisted by Seth Jarvis and Shane Gostisbehere. Then you had Marco Rossi tie it up at 16:31 on the power play, assisted by Elias Pettersson and Jake DeBrusk. This was a bit of a fluky goal as it went off. I believe it was I forget the Carolina defenseman's name, but it went off his stick and into the net. And of course, Rossi was the last one to touch it. So the goal goes to Rossi, his 6th of the season. Then you had Filip Hronek with a Hronek bomb. Shortly thereafter, about 45 seconds later, his 6th of the season as well, assisted by Drew Connor and Linus Karlsson on one heck of a shot. That would be the first period. And then moving on to the second period, you had Sean Walker tie it up with his 5th of the season at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the second period to make it 2-2, assisted by Taylor Hall and Jefferson Blake. Then you had Nikolai Ehlers with his 17th of the season at 4:19 to make it 3-2 Carolina, assisted by Jordan Staal and Jalen Chatfield. Then you had Sebastian Aho scoring his 23rd of the season at 11:53 to make it 4-2. And then assisted by Jarvis and Keandre Miller. Then you had Ehlers with his 2nd of the game to make it 5-2 at 12:50 of the second period, assisted by Sean Walker. And then a beautiful goal by Brock Besser on the power play, assisted by Rossi and Hronek at 19:17 of the second period to make it 5-3. Some nice passing there by both Hronek and Rossi to set up Besser, who is on the back door. And this is really when the Canucks started to come back alive, at least in my opinion anyway. Moving forward to the third period, you had Niels Höglander scoring his 1st of the season, finally getting that monkey off his back at 6:45 to make it 5-4 Carolina, assisted by Elias Pettersson and Filip Hronek. So both, Hronek had a 3-point game and Pettersson with a 2-point game here tonight. And of course, the dagger was the Nikolai Ehlers, 19th of the season, the hat-trick goal at 19:46 with the goalie pulled. It says power play goal on here. However, I believe the penalty had actually just expired. So I don't believe this is actually a power play goal, assisted by Aho and Svechnikov. So Ehlers is 19th, and that is the final, 6-4. Once again, we saw more fight from this team. And let's go ahead and take a look at the game stats for this. Final shots were 33-22 in favor of the Hurricanes, 46.7% in the faceoff dot for the Canucks, 28 out of 60, 53.3% for the Hurricanes, 32 out of 60, a 50% on the power play for the Canucks, not something we have seen in some time. Canucks go 2 for 4, while the Hurricanes go 1 for 3. Hits were 30-13 in favor of the Canucks, and that's without Kiefer Sherwood on this Canucks team. So block shots were 17-11 in favor of the Canucks, giveaways 18-11, and then takeaways were 4-2. But let's go ahead and get into the players and the player stats. We have Brock Besser with the goal, who is actually a -2 despite the goal, and he had an ice time of 19 minutes and 29 seconds. 3 shots, 1 block. And then I can't actually see what that says. Oh, giveaways. There we go. Connor Garland, a -2, and of course a little bit of a scare there with Garland going into the boards. briefly leaving the game, but he would come back. Then you had ice time of 14 minutes and 45 seconds, 2 hits. Drew O'Connor with an assist, 16 minutes and 57 seconds of ice time, 2 shots, 2 blocks, 2 hits. Niels Höglander with a goal, 11 minutes and 39 seconds of ice time, 1 shot, 1 hit. Elias Pettersson with 2 assists, so a 2-point game for Petey, was a -1, 16 minutes and 56 seconds of ice time, 2 shots, 2 blocks. Teddy Bluger was a -2 as well, with a ice time of 15 minutes and 50 seconds, 1 shot, 1 block, 3 hits. Max Sasson was a -1 as well, 11 minutes and 34 seconds of ice time with 1 hit. David Camp with the save of the year was nothing. He had 13 minutes and 53 seconds of ice time, 2 blocks, 1 hit. Jake DeBrusk with the assist, 16 minutes and 57 seconds of ice time. Liam Ogren was a -1 with a ice time of 12 minutes and 30 seconds and 1 giveaway. Marco Rossi with a 2-point game, 1 goal and an assist, a -2, but he had ice time of 16 minutes and 14 seconds with 1 shot, 1 block, and 2 hits. Then you had Linus Karlsson with a assist, 12 minutes and 31 seconds of ice time, 1 shot, 1 hit. Then moving down to the defensemen, we had Tom Verlander was a -1, 18 minutes and 51 seconds of ice time, 2 hits. Philip Hronik was a +2 with a 3-point night, as we mentioned, 26 minutes and 43 seconds of ice time, 2 shots, 1 block, 4 hits. Z William was a -1 with an ice time of 16 minutes and 10 seconds, 2 shots, 2 blocks, 1 hit. DPD, who had quite the game himself, 18 minutes and 31 seconds of ice time, 4 shots, 2 hits. Marcus Pettersson, a -1, 23 minutes and 11 seconds of ice time, 3 shots, 2 blocks. Then you had Victor Mancini, who came into the lineup after the Tyler Myers trade earlier, which we will get into a little bit later, was a -3, 13 minutes and 6 seconds of ice time, 3 blocks, 1 hit. And then the goalies, Lankinen, 18 saves on 22 shots, did, of course, get yanked in the second period. Save percentage of .818. And, of course, Tolopilo had 9 saves on 10 shots, only 1 goal allowed. And a save percentage of .900, 2 goals allowed, pardon me, the save percentage of .900. And there it is for the stats. So let's go back here. All right, so just some notes I want to go over. Obviously, we just mentioned Lankinen being pulled after 4 goals on 7 shots in the second period. We're now joined by Gerald. That was a long spiel for me. I know some people are criticizing Lankinen being pulled, and that's fair. It's fair. But he was letting in, and then this is just my opinion, he was letting in these goals way too cleanly. So perhaps Foot and the coaching staff saw that too.
Yo, come on, man. Like his I think it was topside. He just kept, come on, man. Ehlers. I mean, even on his second goal on Tolopilo, it was top cheese. And Lankinen, you know what I think. I'm not really happy with his play this year. His rebound control is terrible, but now he's letting in these goals. It's just, he knows better. So
yeah, I mean, I won't deny it. He played great in the first, but then he goes and lets in 4 goals on 7 shots.
So we were up 2-1, man.
Yeah,
come on, man. So 2-1, and then halfway through the second, you're already down 4-2. I mean, for people that were betting, I knew tons of people betting tonight, and they were just like, yay, like 4-2. A lot of people won money, but it was really like I didn't expect them to come back. I didn't expect them to claw back like that. That was impressive. Like overall, in general, I think there was effort there, and these are the games that I was talking about. Sorry, I didn't mean to like break down your notes, because you said you had some notes, but
No. It's all good. All good.
Yeah,
no,
overall, like,
and I know Tolipilo let in that first goal on the first shot. So, but
bro, he wasn't ready.
He did come in pretty cold.
Yeah.
So I don't blame Tolo for that first goal. He came in cold, but yeah, he played well the rest of the way. So
I don't think you'll blame Tolo for anything. He's like your boy. So
no.
But no,
I mean, I'll call him out. I'll call him out when he has a bad one. I'll call him out when he has a bad one for sure. But I don't think that was tonight.
Yeah. Overall, the game was entertaining. I mean, second, like, yeah, overall it was entertaining. Like, it wasn't one of those like Dallas games. There was definitely more umph or urgency to the game. Petey, you saw him actually shoot. Amazing pass to Hogs. We've been harping about the Swedish touch, and that's what we're talking about, right? So, you know, it's the tank commander and how he deploys the lines. And something I want to say is, if Foot is the tank commander, then Lankinen definitely is like the tank general. Like, look at the games this year. Look at the amount of games. Remember when he first came, we signed him in the offseason and he started playing and Demko got hurt. He won how many games? Was it 11 straight?
Yeah. Like on the road, yeah.
Yeah, 11 straight on the road. Where's that Lankinen? Just because he got the bag, he's pulling a PD now. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, I'm not like making the comparison, but yeah, it's just I don't understand it. And secondly, like, I think another thing, I don't know if you have these in your notes, but I really enjoyed watching the young kids play today. You have, you know, EPD, like DPD, Junior. You got Junior throwing these hits, you know, being aggressive, being, I mean, it looks bright. There is that glimmer of hope. Like, if you're looking at this whole Canucks team and you're thinking, like, I don't want to watch these guys lose anymore. Like, trade away all these veterans and bring in someone else to lose, because it's so tough watching, you know, Brock Besser, DeBrusk, and all these players that actually not really DeBrusk, but, you know, when we had that core and what's left is PD and Besser, that's really here. Hogs, I guess, kind of, from the 23-24 season. You don't want to see these guys lose so much, right? And it's time to totally, you know, break this down and have all of them, like, a new wave of players come in. Willander surprised me too. He's playing a lot better. I think I had a note on him somewhere. He was very aggressive. He was using his stick well. There's also a play in the third, Sesson, great speed coming down, just was a little too fast and missed the turn, or else he could have gotten a goal there. And obviously Camp, you talked about it earlier, that save of the year. Hopefully that ups his value, and other scouts are actually coming to the games and watching, because if you have someone like that on your third, fourth line, you know, for a third round pick, fourth round pick, do it. Like, the Canucks need to get whatever assets they can get.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And yeah, I actually, I was, I don't know if you noticed, but I was doing some live tweeting during the game, and I had some freaking things, some little quips, you know. We were talking about the Hoglander earlier, and his goal. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it was this one. No, think that goal is going. Or shit. Let's see. Here, let me retry it. Oh, you can barely see it. There we go. Here, let me maximize it. There you go. So I basically said, here, let me pull it up right here. Think that goal is going to get Foot to keep EP40 Hoglander as line mates for more than a game or a shift? I don't know. I mean, they were right there. So yeah, that was my little quip and shot at Adam Foote. I mean, he needs to. It's like I think I said this last post game. He needs to keep these two together because they clearly have chemistry, and Hoglander scores a goal as a result. And then I believe there's
now it's time to put Carlson on the side. Earlier.
Yeah, that too. Adam Kierszenblat posted. Turns out all it took for the Canucks to get Elias Pettersson going was to play him with players he has chemistry with. But for some reason, Foot hasn't wanted to do that, at least as much as he should. I did make a tweet
really
saying,
don't understand
I did make a tweet too saying, has playing with Evander Kane rubbed off on Bluer? Because that was a very uncharacteristic penalty that he took towards the end of the game there. And I also didn't even realize Kane wasn't even playing.
Yeah, he was out. Apparently, he was sick. I don't know. Someone was saying.
Yeah. There was an illness.
The game. Didn't he start the game though?
No, I don't think he was even in the lineup.
Yeah, I think it was good because you had the line of DeBrusk with Rossi and Ogren, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I did have to get my little PD 2-point game in there too. Just saying, Justin. PD had a 2-point game.
Yeah, he messaged me when PD scored. And he's like, there we go, finally. Like, he wasn't chirping him. Actually, no, he was. He just said, yeah, that'll bring up his trade value. Anything with this guy, man. Yeah, it's... I didn't notice. I wasn't really keyed in or locked in onto the game. And so the lines, I don't even know who it was. I just remembered it was PD and Hogs. Who was the other winger?
Here, let me quickly look.
Swerve and Irvin, you're in here. If you know.
Oh yeah, if anyone knows in chat, post. Go ahead and say something. Because I actually didn't pay attention to what the lines were.
At practice, it was Carlson. So I guess it was the Swedish line. But I didn't really notice the three of them together.
Mm-hmm.
So for... Let's see here.
I think it was Garland.
Oh, I know why. Because Garland was out for a bit.
Yeah, so they probably threw Carlson on there.
Yeah, so Garland was out for a bit because of his hand. Was it after he drew that penalty?
I think so. Yeah.
And then he was out for a bit, but he came back and he finished the game. Yeah,
came back.
So that was great. And we got Rain in the house.
Big Rain in the house, who was at the game in Club 500.
Yeah. And this guy was messaging me, and he's like, this place is so bougie. I was like, I wish I was there. You could sneak me some food, right? But yeah, Rain and also Justin was at the game.
Was at the game, yeah.
And Rain's record, I was talking to him, and he was saying that it wasn't great. but he was happy they're up 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll take that. He'll take that as a win because first period 2-1, and then it just broke down afterwards in the second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately.
The second by the second it was 5-2. Actually, no, 5-3 to end the second. It was 4-2, 5-3. Yeah. So
perhaps that Lankinen pull may have sparked the team a little bit.
Yeah. Anything else you thought about the game?
Well, I actually have in my notes. I think this has been the best, and I think I've seen this a lot on social media too. This was definitely the best game Marco Rossi has played as a Canuck. I mean, he had 2 points tonight,
100%.
Goal and an assist, beautiful pass on that Besser goal, and he was very noticeable in this game. And like I tweeted as well, gives me more and more reason to get a Rossi jersey. But I definitely thought this was the best game for Marco Rossi since he's become a Canuck for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta settle something. What do you see right now on my shirt? What does it say?
Well, I know backwards it says starters.
But is it backward?
Well, yeah, it's on the stream. It's mirrored.
Because I click on the camera because I've been doing this with Irvin this afternoon, and we were recording some reels and shit. And even if I click mirror, it doesn't work. So on my actual Pocket 3 on the camera, it's backwards. And then when I click mirror on the StreamYard, it's the right way. But on the stream, it's not. So I don't know what
because I know mine's mirrored. Because if you look at my hat, the logo's backwards. But when I actually look at it on YouTube, it's flipped.
So because right now I've mirrored it already and it still doesn't work. So I don't know what the hell's wrong.
Weird. Yeah, I'm not sure.
God damn it. So is there no way to?
I don't think I can do anything about it right now.
No. Anyway, sorry. Back to the game. You said you had some notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll quickly answer this. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, if it were on sale, but just because
it's still going to be $100.
Yeah, but at the same time,
are you still going to do like $100?
I don't know. But yeah, no, I mentioned the Rossi thing. I also mentioned that the Canucks kind of came alive in that third period, showing a lot of effort, something we haven't seen in some time, which is obviously great to see. And it made the third period, not necessarily the entire game as a whole, but at least that, the end of the third period, at least very entertaining. And, something you want to watch. I noticed that. I already kind of touched on, PD with a 2-point game tonight. And apparently he plays really well against Carolina. So.
He does. I mean, his points, I think
he's at a point per game.
He typically gets at least a point a game, yeah.
Yeah, against Carolina. So that is obviously great to see. I mentioned already great effort by the Canucks, especially after they got within 2. They really ramped it up. Also makes you think about that bad penalty that Blucher took. Perhaps they may have kind of caved themselves in a little bit by taking that bad penalty. Or maybe it, kind of halted their momentum a little, but you never know. So.
Yeah, I think in general, the game itself was what we were expecting, like what we've been talking about. Like they can lose, but it has to show some sort of effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they had the momentum, keep it up. I mean, they had a chance, but Bluger, like you were saying, it was. I mean, they had a chance. They really had a chance. The empty net goal, I wasn't actually sure if they would get it. I actually bet on Carolina under 1.5, so -1.5. So they had to win by 2, and I wasn't even sure if they would get that empty net goal. But they ended up doing just as Bluger stepped on. You were saying in the stats it says it's a power play goal, but Bluger was actually already on.
It's not. Yeah, he was already on the ice.
Yeah, and Rain is saying the same thing. Like all watchable product. Yeah, and this was a watchable product, and there was, moments, especially with the camp save. I think I heard there were oohs and ahs on TV too. So at least give your people, give your people something to cheer on, and at least it'll get people coming in. I mean, on TV, I think it looked like it was half full. I don't even know if it was half full. But Raina's in here. Let me know. Like, what did you see from up in Club 500s, and if the arena looked full or not? Because, man, tickets are dirt cheap right now. So if you're not a Canucks fan and you somehow stumble upon this stream, it's time for you to go to a Canucks game. I mean, hopefully they give some effort and people will go. Not trying to sell tickets for Aquilini. That's the last thing I want to do. At least, get to enjoy it, because when they become good again, it's going to be hard to get a ticket. It's going to be stupid expensive. So any other notes you have?
I think that may have been it. Only a few, just because I was more into the game than usually I'm doing both. I'm getting everything ready and watching the game, but no, I was fully invested in the game for a change, which is obviously nice, but it's like what you said about the I just wanted to comment on the tickets. I might even I believe they're in Chicago on Friday, but next week, if when they're at home, I might actually even look into a ticket if it's like $50. Just to go to one more. So
I think the cheapest right now is like 30 something. So yeah, it might be worth going. By the way, I think Rain is going to the game on the 14th.
It did look fuller in person, but I can't see in the corners. I will say it did look empty right up until puck drop. The view was way better than I expected, given how high up it is. So there you go. Rain says it looked fuller in person, but they couldn't see the corners.
Yeah, well, Club 500s, it's hard to see some of the seats in the upper bowl. I think a lot of people self-upgraded to the lower bowl, knowing that it was empty, right? And from Club 500, you can't really see the upper bowls, but it's amazing up there. I can tell you that. It's the screen is like your TV, so you're basically just watching the players move around. It's like a chessboard that you're looking down at. But yeah, if you get a chance, it's hard to get tickets up to 500. I think I won them one time. But if you ever get a chance, it's, as Rain says, it's quite bougie, and but the view is great.
Yeah, I know Sam. I remember Sam went to a game against Calgary with a bunch of Calgary Flames fans, and I was just like, huh. And she said the exact same thing about Club 500 and whatnot. And I don't know if she really used the term bougie, but she said she was like, wow.
Yeah. That's where all the money goes, right? So it's for like the big dogs.
Canucks Uncensored in the house. I'm not sure if it's Witt or Jordan. could be either or. But says good to see that they made it close, showing that they do have a pulse. I missed seeing Myers out there tonight. So I guess why don't we do a bit of a segue into the Myers trade? Obviously, that went down this morning. Unfortunately, I was sleeping when it happened. I think I woke up like briefly and then fell back asleep. And then woke up at like 2:00, hours after the trade, and like scrambled to get a video up. I was like, fuck, I'm so late on this. And I even used breaking news in the title just to try and, get something for it. But yeah, Myers going to Dallas. I think you and I kind of already talked about this in length.
We talked about
that would be the destination for him, and it ends up coming to be. But we end up getting 2 draft picks out of it. Granted, it was a 2027 second-round pick. Did you ever hear that second-round pick that Detroit was offering? Was it to a 2027, or was it a pick from this year's draft?
It's 26. Sure. So, yeah, it was a 26 for sure. And yeah, Irvin and I had a discussion. I think we'll have a discussion on the stream potentially, but I'll do it here first. Yeah, I don't necessarily think this trade is better. I mean, you get a second and a fourth, then obviously, yeah, it's a good deal. It's a good trade. It's something that, shows that management knows this rebuild is going to be more than a couple of years, because this draft pick is in 29, so that's in 3 years. So that is a good thing. And given that Myers was interviewed on Dolly today, I don't know if you caught that. He was also saying that he didn't say no to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was willing to go, but I think management was trying to juice this deal and say, like, obviously Myers wanted to go Dallas, blah, 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 but like they got the fourth out of them. And if you look at it from a perspective of bets, this is one of those bets again. Because if you look at it, you look at the actual second round pick that Dallas is going to give you. How is that higher than Detroit's? Because Detroit's pick, I mean, I don't even know their standings exactly right now. Do you know where they stand right now? It just feels like the Detroit pick is going to be higher. And secondly, it would be this year. It'd be 26. And they could have used that second round pick for one of the Ruck brothers. Correct?
I mean, definitely
we've been all very high.
Definitely, I think the Stars are higher in the standings for sure. Yeah, they're second in the Central, and the Red Wings are third in the Atlantic.
But funny enough, in the East, the Red Wings are fourth right now. They'll make the playoffs. They'll most likely make the playoffs. Let's see here. Wow, Islanders will. Okay.
All right, I'm looking at.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So I think the only problem is if you look at, you're taking a bet on next year on how Dallas does, because Jason Robertson is still unsigned. Like, he hasn't been extended, but still an RFA, obviously. Like, you don't know if he's going to be traded or if he's going to be re-upped or it's going to go to arbitration, stuff like that, right? So with that said, yeah, you get that extra fourth in 29. That's 3 years from now. This year's the 26th, the 27th, 28th, 28th. That's like 4 years from now, 4 drafts from now, right? And it just, I don't know, man. Like, the Detroit one would have been better if Myers was willing to, because it didn't sound like he didn't want to go to Detroit.
Yeah.
So that's how I see things. But on the other hand, given that the Central is probably the hardest division in the league, you don't know if Dallas is going to make it past the first round. So if Dallas doesn't make past the first round, then that pick obviously goes up. But if they make it past the first round, then that pick is going to go down. So, but the main issue is a 26th pick and a 27th pick. Like the draft class next year will be also deep, but this year is what we're concerned about, right? So this trade does two things. It says that that they thanked Myers for working with them and waiving the no trade and sort of letting them juice this shit. And B, they are taking a pick in next year's draft as opposed to this year's draft. They're stockpiling draft picks. So that's the good side to things.
Yeah.
But how high that draft pick is the other issue. But to get two draft picks for a 36-year-old.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially since Connor Murphy went for a second. I was it a second? Yeah. But I think it was a 2028 second round pick that Murphy went for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking at the standings for the Central, and yeah, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, Utah, your top four. And Irvin is mentioning it in the chat. Utah just got fucking Mackenzie Weegar. So the defense in the Central alone is freaking stacked with Makar, Hughes, Weegar. I know you can't really throw Myers into that conversation skill-wise, but Dallas already has Heiskanen, and now they're adding Myers.
No, but for Dallas, their second line pairing right now, like Myers obviously is going to be a third line pairing, but I think it's Lyubushkin that's on the second line. He hasn't been consistent all year. So
and I think Bischel's
he's also kind of
on the other side.
He's kind of been in the doghouse. So if he falters in any way, or in a playoffs, Myers can step in and play that role also. So it's more of an insurance than anything. It's a great move for Dallas, to be very honest. It's like a win-win. I mean, I would have preferred to have the 26 second, which
me as well.
Dallas still has. Dallas still has that second for this year, but they didn't trade him that one. So
yeah, I was kind of hoping they would. That's what I kind of talked about in my Myers video, is why couldn't it have been a 26? And also, I guess you could say the retaining was necessary, but at the same time, Canucks didn't have to retain. Dallas could have eaten that entire contract if they really wanted to. Because they had the cap space.
Because no. Because I think the issue with that is they're trying to do their books in advance, just in case Robertson's extension goes really high. They still need the cap space, right? So to have Myers there for another year, that's an extra, $1.5 million. So it would be $3 million as opposed to $1.5 million, and that $1.5 million can be given to Robertson if they choose to re-sign him, right? So that's why it's a preventative sort of like cost that they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's I did think of that afterwards. Maybe Dallas still has moves they want to make, and they want to make sure they have cap space for it. So
no, like definitely, because Dallas, this is not the core that they went with last year in the playoffs, right? Because of the Rantanen trade.
Yeah.
Right. So they're at least missing another, I would say, like top 9 forward that they need to replace, because they lost Granlund to San Jose. They lost Marchment to who were they just playing the other day?
He went to Seattle.
Yeah, Marchment to Seattle. So was it Seattle?
Was traded. Well, he originally went to Seattle, and then he's since been traded again.
Yeah. So they're missing two of these they're missing these two players from last year that they obviously need to fill. Right, they've won 9 in a row, but how consistent can that be in the playoffs? Like this is different animal for sure. And you need all the bodies that you can have. So I would think that they're saving that second for of this year for another forward of some sort. So we'll probably see that, happening by the trade deadline. This comment from Rain: if Myers wasn't willing to waive his NMC to Detroit, they can't compare that offer. No, but if you watch the interview, he didn't have a problem going to Detroit, apparently. And we'll kind of break that down tomorrow on our stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did catch that. How he was like, him not wanting or not interested in the move to Detroit was not true. That's what he said. But no, Urban, I did see the package that Calgary got back. They got 3 second-round picks for Uyghur.
3. That's crazy. If you look if you look at Calgary and how many picks they have, this is what Vancouver needs to do, man.
Mm-hmm. Seems like, and we were talking about the Ruck Twins a little bit. I swear to God, if Calgary ends up with the Ruck Twins, I'm going to be pretty pissed. Because all 3 of those second-round picks are in the second round.
Let me just double check.
This year, or I should say this year's second round. Although I'm not sure where Utah might land. Of course, like I mentioned, they're 4th in the division.
Oh, this is so funny. Someone was sending this out. Nurse was traded. This is hilarious.
But Darnell Nurse?
So there's some meme. Yeah. Alfred would love this. So St. Louis takes Nurse, and Edmonton gets Binnington, Robert Thomas, and Kyrou. That would be crazy. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I'm trying to find the picks that Calgary got, because it was. I mean, for the Canucks right now, at least this year, they have 2 first rounds, 2 seconds, no third, a 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, they have a 1st, 2 seconds, a 3rd, 2 4ths, 5, 6, and 7. And then in 28, they have all their picks plus a 4th from Toronto, and 29, all the picks plus the Dallas 4th round. So they're trying to stockpile, but the issue is they need to capitalize at this moment right now. They need to get something for Kane. They need to get something for Kampf. And for Bluger, if they are, I don't know if they're considering, keeping him, because if they can sign Bluger for, I don't know, like $2 million a year for a couple of years, he would be a good mentor for the kids. Mm-hmm. Like, he has the right attitude and the mentality for everything. And I think, I don't know if you did a video, but Garland, if they can get Garland, that would be great, because Boston or Islanders, whatever. It's
I mean, I literally did a video during the game. I uploaded it during the game, talking about the Islanders and the Bruins and what they can offer. And they got some pretty decent offers or players that we could get. Young prospect level players like Callum Ritchie could be a potential if we went the Islanders' way.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I think they just need new players in there. Like, for the first couple of years. I mean, you have your so-called core right now with, I don't know if you can call Rossi that, but he played well today. So you have your Rossi, Buem, Ogren, all from Minnesota, that you can work with. You also have your Willander, Lekaramaki, Mancini. So you have that core there who are going to, play together the next few years, and hopefully they improve together. The only issue is the goaltending. Tolopilo, do we still have him or not? Yeah, that's the only caveat right now, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good point, Hangia. If they actually going to rebuild, they need to plan not just for next year. So there's pros and cons, correct. Yeah, and this is very true. It's only for one more year. The retention is for next year. The retention for Mikheyev also comes off the books after this season. Mm-hmm. So they'll have that extra slot. But for this season right now, because there's 3, they've already used, it's on 2. Mikheyev and also on Myers. There's 1 left.
So they have 1 left.
And that one's crucial for the Kane trade, if they can get anything.
Yeah.
So retaining Kane, that would be, I can't remember what his cap hit is. It's like 5.1. So if they can retain half, that's 2.6 or 2.55. Hopefully they can get a third. I mean, we're always hoping for a second, but hopefully a third. If they can get a second, great. All the power to them. Like right now for that Kane trade, if there was retention on retention, Kane would have been out of here.
Oh yeah,
a couple weeks ago. But because of that new rule, you can't, right? So let's see how that goes. I would hate to see Kane not get traded by the trade deadline and we're stuck with him, because they're definitely not going to be re-signing him, right? So
no. And I think there was a funny tweet by Matt Sakaris, because, talking about the new CBA rules and whatnot, apparently not a lot, but some or a couple teams in particular are calling it like Bush League. I wonder what those 2 teams, or what a couple of those teams are. Tampa Bay Lightning and the Golden Knights obviously are not going to like the new rule, because it means they can't cheat anymore. They can't use so it's like, boo-hoo. You guys already are in like tax-free states. Shut up. Boo-hoo. The NHL is not putting up shit anymore. Go cry a river. But I laughed, and I think I reposted that tweet by Matt Sakaris going like, oh, boo-hoo. But
it's I mean, hopefully they actually crack down on it, because there is the playoff cap space starting this year, and the Vegas Golden Knights and also the Lightning have been milking that for years.
Oh yeah,
and that's why people are pissed off, right? So
they've been milking.
Hopefully it'll be fair this year.
I mean, sorry Vegas, no more Mark Stone LTIR until the playoffs anymore. If he gets hurt, he's hurt. You guys aren't gonna, reap the benefits of that, or a injury, as people like to say. He has a miracle injury that happens to miraculously, heal by the time the playoffs happen.
Game 1, kind of like Kane in Edmonton too. That's a good point, Rain. I knew that one. I think I've said that on one of Tyler's streams before, 75 days. So at that point when we were talking about it, there was no way for Kane. Like if Kane were to be traded before the new calendar year, it would have worked. Actually, no, it would be tight. It would just be borderline. But at that point, once you pass the new year, you can't trade him. Like they should have done it. They should have pulled the trigger early. And that would have been, but they didn't expect people not. Yeah, they didn't expect, no bidders for him. I mean, there's rumors, Dallas, what is it? I think it was just Dallas, Colorado.
LA, Dallas, Colorado. Yep.
Yeah, so it's too late for that.
Yeah. Although teams could always circle back on him in the mere hours before the deadline. So, and I think that's what the Canucks are banking on. The teams are gonna, circle back on him once everyone else is off the table.
Yeah, but the problem is, I just don't like this betting that they're doing. It's come on, man. Like, Rutherford is known to pull the trigger early. Look at the January moves. You got Bo Horvat, then JT Miller, and then even earlier this year, Quinn Hughes in December. So why didn't you work on a Kane trade at that time? You could have
and then you had Sherwood and
it would have been done
in January as well.
Exactly. So yeah, and look at what Hangy said. There's no market for him today.
Said there's no market. Yeah.
Then why didn't you do it earlier? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And
it's whatever, man.
Just quickly touching on Sherwood, he got his bag today. What was it?
Yeah.
$5 million or so for 5 years. I'm happy for him. Yeah, I'm happy for him. He got the bag.
5.75 for 5 years, man.
He fucking deserves it. And I'm glad that he's getting it in San Jose. So he gets to play with guys like Celebrini, Will Smith, Michael Misa for the next 5 years. So,
And that Sherwood energy, that Chief energy is going to help those kids. Like the last stream when we talked about this, I said, if they're going to trade him, trade him. I mean, it was probably just rumors. At the same time, when I said what I said is because he didn't score his goal, and he finally got his goal. He got that game winner. I think it was power play game winner too. And then immediately today he got his extension. So, I'm happy for him. I'm really genuinely happy for him.
Yeah, me as well. And I'm kind of bit of a coincidence. It happens the day after he scores his first goal as a Shark too. Almost kind of poetic too.
Yeah.
And we saw, I don't know if anyone saw the replays, but his celebration, same old Kiefer celebration. I know I was live tweeting during that game, when he scored. And that just shows, how much of an impact he had on our team. I think, I forget exactly who tweeted it, but someone tweeted it, he basically, I'm trying to remember who tweeted it, but they were talking about, I think it was actually Ray Ferraro, asked him after he was traded from Nashville, or no, not traded, signed with Vancouver. He was asked why he didn't re-sign in Nashville. Apparently they were offering him like McCarron money, and he felt as though he was worth more than that. So he busted his ass here in Vancouver to make that $5 million, and he earned it by the way he played last year.
100%.
And the way he played this year. And I think someone else even tweeted something like as a reply to it saying he might be the only one underfoot who actually progressed and played really well, considering a lot of the other players didn't or haven't really played all that well underneath foot.
It's the heart, right? And this guy plays with a passion, and that's why he got all those big goals this year. And he continues to play physically. He wasn't playing as physical as the previous year. You can see this year is because it's a contract year and they didn't offer him anything in the postseason, in the off season. I mean, he was like, okay, then might as well just show you I can score goals too. And right out of the gate, boom! Like he had 12 goals within the first quarter of the season. Like it was crazy, man. So yeah, all the power to him, and he finally got bank, and it's well deserved for sure. Right here, the big bag in his 30s, he's been working towards for a while. Like definitely deserves it. And we're talking about Sherwood, and guess who's here? It's your good friend, Chartle. We're doing well, man. Glad you got Chief over at in San Jose for another 5 year. For another 5 years. We're happy for him. Happy for Sherwood, but holy shit. San Jose is betting on Sherwood to continue his shooting percentage and hoping that Vancouver stint wasn't a fluke. Some people are late bloomers. And if you go back and look at Sherwood's junior years or before his NHL, like this guy was actually a scorer. He wasn't this big power forward that was just knocking out hits back then. He just found that this was the way that would get him a spot. And that's why he played physical. And he was able to. But he also has some nice hands, right? So he's just showing it off this year. Or this season. Last season, you could see him. I remember he had a hat trick too against, I think it was Utah. And yeah, man, like they should have signed him at that point. But with that said, if he got the extension, would he continue? So Vancouver never took that bet on him. Vancouver took the bet on him.
They weren't willing to go there.
Yeah, in the offseason and got him 2 years ago. And then now San Jose is taking that bet. So good on them. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it works out. Let's continue. Let's try to do this quickly. We'll keep it within the hour because Clay just started. Here now in the rebuild, this is the only thing we can sell free agents on. Get an opportunity, revitalize your career, and get traded somewhere better. I think, yeah, it's great because you have such a I want to say mediocre team, but let's be real. It's not even mediocre. And if you have that fight in you and you come to Vancouver, be a top end guy, then you might get traded and you can make your bank, especially if you sign in the offseason, maybe a year or 2 year deal, just like Kiefer Sherwood. Anything's possible. I mean, come on. Look at the Sharks, like Zetterlund. Zetterlund was playing on the worst team in the league with the Sharks at one point. Charlotte can probably can attest to this. And then he got traded to Ottawa, right? So it's like, I don't want to bring Petey into this, but players that play, that want to play, that want to showcase themselves will do it. But Petey already got that bag, and he hasn't scored, right? Defensively, he's improved, great, but there's so many games he doesn't even have one shot. Like, how does that happen, man? So if guys like Kiefer Sherwood can do it, why can't you, Petey? Like, you can't just dick around and just like, management has given him this leash where he can just be like, oh, you need to improve your training regime. You need to do this. You need to do that. How many years of this do you need to keep doing this? The guy has, 6 more years here? Are you going to do that every year? If you don't trade him, there's like, it's going to continue every year. And honestly, like with the interview the other day, you got to be a professional, man. And if any of the kids that are up here that are with you, you're such a bad influence on them, because how can you talk to the reporters like that, right? Like, it's not being rude or anything. It's just like answering with 3 words, knowing that they're going to ask you more questions. Why not just answer it straightforward and take accountability and all of that? But yeah, he did take accountability. He's like, oh, I wish I scored more goals than that. Yeah, then do something about it, right? Like, yeah, he needs to go, man. And I have 3 of his jerseys, and I'm saying you should let him go. You should let him have a fresh start. Vancouver needs a fresh start, and so does he. Oh yeah, hat trick against Colorado. I thought about that. was thinking Colorado, Utah, around the same area.
Yeah, same area. Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, around the same area. So, okie doke. I think that's about it. This is the first time that we're like on point. It's 1 hour. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else we should talk about?
By the way, I just noticed your camera do the whole zoom in thing on its own. That was a little sketchy. We're just like zoomed in.
Okay. No, because the thing is, it has auto detect on this one. I'm using my laptop camera, so it's a little grainy. It's just because like I like Irvin's been bugging me about this whole like, oh, you're mirroring, like.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, so I'll get my Osmo fixed. I think it's the setting issues, and hopefully it'll be better because this camera, it's not bad, but it needs all this light. If it's low light, it's going to be super grainy. I can tell when I'm sitting back here, it's like super grainy. So hopefully it turns out better on YouTube. Yeah. So
I'm just quickly scanning the comments to see. Oh yeah, I guess there's that Parayko trade that is still yet to actually go through,
pending,
which is a pretty big one with Buffalo and St. Louis.
I thought he already signed off on it.
No, apparently they're still waiting.
I heard on SportsCenter a couple hours ago. Oh, really?
No, apparently they're still waiting on Parayko to waive. So, and I think that has Buffalo sending over a first round pick.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy.
Sorry, you just froze very briefly there. But no, that'd be pretty big. Buffalo giving up a first round pick. Normally they don't do that.
Yeah. No, but Buffalo's at a point right now they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're buyers for a change, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're like legit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Chardot's asking if okay, that's cool. He got an autographed Zetterlund jersey, and he has loyalty to him, even though he left the Sharks. That's awesome. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I don't know who else is still in the stream. I still see a few. I know Chardot's here. If you're still here on the stream, just drop us a message. If not, I think we're just gonna call it a night, and make sure to. God, I can't even believe it's the 5th in an hour. Yeah, our show, Headspace Hockey. We'll have a reel out soon. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all those that have subbed, like the scheduled live for tomorrow night at 10 p.m. already. We're very grateful for your support. We'll have a reels that Irvin and I did earlier today. We'll be posting that. So if you catch that, give us some likes. And if you haven't subscribed, go to Headspace Hockey, which Tyler just put up on the screen for us. We will be starting the channel. Well, we started the channel, but we'll be going live, doing a live stream for the first time tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Pacific. Not sure where everyone's watching from, but 10 p.m. Pacific time. Head over here, give us a sub, turn on that notification bell. So you'll know, get a reminder when we come on, and we'll be talking a bit about the games this week, the couple of games that against Carolina and also Dallas. We'll be talking about why we started the channel. We'll also have a special guest, Canuck Clay, join us for a bit, and we'll talk about the trade deadline. And then after that, on Friday, Friday early,
11,
not really
11.
early because Tyler wants to sleep in. So we're going to be 11
I'm fine with
a.m.
11.
Pacific.
I'm fine with 11. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll be going to bed early tomorrow.
Pacific. We'll. That's good. So we'll be doing sort of along the way, recap of the trades that have been happening on Friday, because the trade deadline shows usually on TV starts at 7. So we'll try to do a recap from the 7 to 11, and whatever trickles through by noon, we will talk about some of those trades. And I know Swerve and Irvin will be joining us in the latter part of the show. But hopefully we'll get this figured out. So we'll be streaming simultaneously on the line change that's here, that you guys have notification on. And we'll also be streaming on Headspace, the Headspace hockey channel at the same time. And I'm trying to push all of this out with Swervin, Irvin. And on Friday night, I think I have another person that will be jumping on with, but we're still going to confirm that. So like I said, turn on that notification and you'll know when we get on. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I was just looking at Clay's channel. They're just done. He's just done the goal visualizer. So we'll be signing off soon. But Tyler, I'll let you do the honors, or what else you want to talk about?
No, there's not much. Yeah, I know you want to get to Clay's, and I'll tune into it as well. I think that does it. We'll do a bit of a shorter post game for this one. We'll see about what the next game is like. What, Friday against Chicago?
Yeah, the Hawks.
I'm sure Gerald and I will talk about a time for that one. And just to see, maybe we'll do like a after dark one for that one, depending on the times and whatnot. But him and I will talk about that off camera and whatnot. We'll get that all. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Headspace Hockey tomorrow night at 10. And then, of course, the 11 a.m. for now. I mean, I think it's going to stay at 11. I'm totally cool with 11. Because I don't want to miss any more trades like I did earlier with Tyler Myers. I'm actually kind of pissy about that I didn't do that earlier. But hey, at the same time, I didn't mind the beauty sleep. I needed the rest. So, but no, that's going to do it. If you guys enjoyed this post game, and these videos, at least the ones I posted earlier as well. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any more videos. Also, you guys can check out the Line Change's official merchandise store. And it has our, where is it? There. The Line Change Podcast.threadless.com is the site, so go ahead and check it out. Also, if you want to join our official Discord, there is a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and do so if you are into Discord and want to. You can find it, interact with us all over social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, we are also, and if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on Spotify and Apple. Feel free to give us a follow on Spotify, as well as rate and review us on either platform. Also, you can download your favorite episode on either platform as well. That, of course, really helps out the podcast. And, of course, we are very appreciative of that as well. Whoops. And that's going to do it for this post game. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, on Headspace Hockey for the debut premiere of Headspace Hockey. Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be watching. I may not be on the screen, but I'll be there in the chat. And looking forward to talking to you guys on Friday for our trade deadline show. So until then, My name's Tyler. That's G over there.
I'm Gerald.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See ya.